Hello, my name is Ilya, and I'm excited to be sharing with you my passion, which is ancient coins. Yes, authentic ancient Greek, Roman, Biblical, Byzantine coins, and world coins from beyond. I'm an eBay seller, power seller with over 99.8 positive feedback. People from all around the world actually appreciate dealing with me because they get a lifetime guarantee of authenticity. They get a beautiful certificate of authenticity, which has a professional description, which in itself is a $50 to $100 value. So what happens mostly, even if you buy from major auction houses, is that you get the coin in a little baggie. But with me, you get the coin in a professional coin flip, professionally researched with a number that matches the certificate there. So you could hold this in your wallet or show it to your friends, but you still have the beautiful paperwork that you can read more up on it. So what some of the advantages are in ancient coins is that they make great gifts. I have close to 10,000 ancient coins in my inventory, so you'd be able to actually pick out the perfect gift for the person in your life that would be especially fitting to them. Like, for example, somebody named Nicole or Nicholas could get an ancient coin with the Greek goddess Nike. That's where the name stems from, the goddess of victory, which is kind of interesting. Victoria could be also the goddess of victory, but the Roman kind, because the Romans, they had Nike called Victoria or victory. So you could get a coin like that for them. Or let's say somebody that is a Christian, they might enjoy a medieval ancient coin with the image of Jesus Christ and the cross on it. I have that in my store also. What ancient coins as a collecting field has been is a field usually having been reserved for people of aristocratic lineage, you could say. Some of the biggest coin collections, some of the best coin collections that have ever hit auction, like major auction houses, have been like the JP Morgan collection, the Mercedes collection, and the such. I have the actual auction catalogs where they have some of the world's nicest ancient coins, having been auctioned in those, collections. Sometimes these collections do hit the market, and ancient coins in the finest conditions possible actually fetch a really high premium. Because that's what it is. You may have a couple thousand ancient coins, but because they were struck by hand, what happens is that each one of them has its own minor imperfections. So a coin with perfect centering, perfect strike, beautiful artistry could be 5, 10, 20, 100 times more valuable than a coin in a more common condition, which could be very fine or other types of conditions that the coins are mostly found in, with imperfect centering and the such. So that's what's interesting about ancient coins, is that they capture the history and the art of the ancient times in miniature that you could hold in your hand and enjoy and collect. And there's so much history to actually collect. Think about it, having a coin of Alexander the Great. Imagine giving it as a gift to somebody that's a student. It might spark the interest about history with them. Or give somebody a coin of Constantine the Great. Those are actually extremely affordable. You could get those coins very affordably, and especially with the presentation they get with my certificate of authenticity. Even if they don't know anything about ancient coins, they would actually love it because they could actually read the description, read a little bit about the history, and that's what actually makes the ancient coins you get from me more valuable, is that you get the presentation that's unlike anything else usually found. Yes, there's a few other guys that actually have decided to also provide such certificates, but I'm sure they do a great job. But nobody goes the extra mile like I do. Most of the items that you buy from me get shipped the same day. If you're in the United States, you get the tracking number. Especially if it's over $250, you get a signature confirmation. So to make sure that you get the item in your hand and you sign for it. So going back to my history as a seller of ancient coins, I've been selling ancient coins on eBay, and I have 14,000 feedbacks, which are 99.8% positive. So what happens is that people really enjoy, and what the dealings that I've had with other people is completely transparent. But one of the reasons I enjoy the eBay venue, in which I'm very thankful for it to be selling in, is the best offer feature. You know, you might be looking around. What is an ancient coin worth? I would say an ancient coin is worth, in like fine art, how much a person would be willing to pay for it. Just like I mentioned earlier, something in a really great condition or something very interesting could fetch a higher price than a more common coin of, let's say, that emperor. So you can actually scour around the internet, you know, search out other sellers. Obviously, most of them, you know, don't provide the same quality of service, the certificate of authenticity, but I'm sure there's plenty of great dealers out there. But make sure to, you know, check their feedbacks also. Scour the internet, and then you could also make an offer. There's a best offer feature in my eBay store. So what you could do is put an offer through, and if you know, obviously I'm not planning to lose any money, then like sell it for less than I paid for it, but you know, I'd be more than happy to make concessions, especially if it's a group deal, and my goal is to have returning customers for a lifetime. You know, I think that's one of the keys in business, is actually to provide incredible, great value with every purchase that a person has. So when you get an item from me, I want you to absolutely love it. That's why I also have a 30-day unconditional money back guarantee. So this way, you not only have looked at the picture, you could actually hold the ancient coin in your hand and see it and behold its beauty, and just like myself, you may actually fall in love with it. You know, I love this field, and I love the history that comes behind it, and so much more that ancient coin collecting provides. I've actually learned a lot about ancient history because I have all these ancient coins. I'm researching them, I'm, you know, finding out the historical references. I feel like I've traveled the world just by studying these ancient coins. I've learned a lot about, you know, historical politics and geography and so much more from these ancient coins. Sometimes, for example, an ancient coin might depict some, you know, statues or mythical scenes that are still relevant to this day. Like the coins of the ancient Roman Republic are really interesting. They feature the head of Rome, or the personification of Rome, the city of Rome, or the city-state of Rome, or the people of it. And it's absolutely beautiful, and a lot of the reverses talk about the founding, Romulus and Remus and the such, and the detail, the intricate beauty of ancient coins is unparalleled, perhaps maybe until the modern age. Because after the Roman Empire fell, the Byzantine coins, they don't carry such artistic beauty and lifelike realism that ancient Greek and Roman coins do have. So what I like in ancient Greek and Roman coins too is like ancient Greek and Roman sculpture in miniature. But what's cool about it is that you could actually hold this in your pocket. And the Romans, the Greeks and the Romans, they featured lots of gods and goddesses which had specific, you could say, goals or ideas behind it. Like, for example, goddess of love. Venus for the Romans, Aphrodite for the Greeks. But in essence, the same thing. She's pictured on coins a lot of times being nude, either from the front, shown from the front, or sometimes from the back with her buttocks exposed a little bit. Sometimes with Cupid. And this scene is just absolutely beautiful. Also to note, Venus was the patron deity of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar featured on his coins Venus with Cupid on it. So that's kind of also an interesting note. Let's see. Other gods and goddesses. Mars, you know, somebody that's supposed to symbolize victory in war. Or other, you know, Fortuna, Felicity, luck goddesses. So in a way you could actually hold this coin and have it be almost like a lucky charm. Another interesting thing is that the ancient Greeks and Romans, is they did not have newspapers, and the best you could do is actually talk to people. So the new rulers would announce their rulership by featuring their portrait on a coin, or great events or great victories. Like the example being Alexander the Great's father, Philip II, king of Macedon, won the Olympic horse racing victory. Oh, and he was very proud of this, and he decided to feature in his coins. So even his bronze coins have a little horse rider on the back, riding himself to victory. So you could actually get an ancient coin from about 350s BC featuring, a reverse that commemorated the Olympic Games victory, and it's 2,300 years old and surprisingly affordably. Especially getting it from me, you get the lifetime guarantee, the presentation and the such. But that's what's also exciting about it. So, having worked with ancient coins, I've worked with over 40,000 authentic ancient Greek and Roman coins over the years. So my expertise level is pretty high, and basically one of the benefits that you get with me is that you're not necessarily buying coins for me. I liken my ancient coins to almost like an art gallery. I scour around. Let's say I go to a coin show. That's one of the places you could get ancient coins from. And I scour around thousands of ancient coins, and I found out some interesting, some desirable ancient coins that you may actually like. And with my expertise, I'm able to actually describe it, and you actually get the benefit from my many years of experience. Plus, I usually do my best to, get these coins at the best deal possible. So a lot of times, when you're making an offer, I'm able to actually pass a lot of savings on to you as the end, a buyer, the collector, the patron, and somebody that could actually really enjoy these ancient coins. So you get the benefit of my experience, and you get also the benefit because I'm able to get these good prices. You're able to get also good prices on these ancient coins. My eBay store has navigation features on the left-hand side. So some of the ideas for ancient coin collecting would be, for example, you could collect every single Roman emperor. So I have a list of Roman emperors, Roman empresses, and a lot of other interesting personages that are important in for historical ancient Roman and Greek times. Like example being Mark Antony, Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, Augustus, Alexander the Great, Constantine the Great, Saint Helen, Jesus Christ on coins, and the such. So that's very easily accessible from my eBay store, which is accessible through my site TrustedCoins.com, which features a free book that I wrote, which I'm also actually selling on Amazon, but I'm giving it to you for free because I appreciate sharing my passion with the world, which has a lot of information, a lot of detailed information which you could use to further educate yourself about ancient coins. I give lists of books, reference books that I specifically use in the field in regards to ancient coins, history books, and so much more, and the gods, the goddesses, an article about investing in ancient coins. I got interviewed by a journalist that wrote an article about investing into ancient coins, and I featured that in my book with the permission of her and her company. So you get a plethora of information just by visiting my site Trusted Coins and checking out the book. I recommend also bookmarking it, but also you could just remember it. The idea is the ease of remembering it. What else is really cool about ancient coins? Because you're buying the ancient coins from me on eBay, you also have the eBay protections, because when you're buying things on eBay, you have a guarantee that you're going to receive the item as described or your money back. So also the ease of use with the PayPal. Anywhere in the world, people can send you payments, which is really, really easy and simple. So you go in my store, you can make me offers, you could do buy it nows. I have a lot of sales going on. On my website, you could also sign up to my free email update list, which where I share a lot more information about ancient coins that I came up with that I can't, talk about in this brief little video. See, that's the tray. I'm in the process of listing up that group of coins up on eBay for you to enjoy also. So that's what I do every day. I'm sitting on the computer. I'm living life. I'm loving life, and listing up these ancient coins for you to enjoy. And I'm glad, and I'm always happy for every person to be appreciative and enjoying these ancient coins just as much as I do. So I'm looking forward for you to visit my site, TrustedCoins.com, and may you find exactly what you're looking for. Bye bye.